all, how are you doing? I trust that you had a lovely week. Mine was lovely. Leo, we have with us our mother, our sister, our auntie, and most of all our expert, Senje. Nimeshasema vile wiki yangu ilikuwa. How was your week?
Mine was good too. I enjoyed it. But it was short.
Short?
Yeah.
Hakuna vile yani, okay, short because ulitaka kujipanga sana, or short, what do you mean?
I had a lot to do. Yeah.
Oh,
that was
nice.
okay.
Successful?
Yes.
That's nice. Sasa kwa topic yetu ya leo, we want to talk about teenage, or let's call it adolescent pregnancies. Yeah? How people handle it, how the family handles it, and all that kind of stuff. Yote tunataka tuongelele leo.
Asante.
Kwa hii period ya COVID, we've experienced a lot of teenage pregnancies, mostly because the kids were not involved in school, hawakuwa wanaenda shule, hawakuwa wanainteract na walimu. They had a lot of free time to go to, and with our systems, especially where a kid gets a holiday for just 2 weeks, then back to school, 2 weeks, then back to school, and they're expected to do an openers exam. Mzazi amemkalia. Now you guys are 6 months at home. Tunasikia mimba zimeingia. Let me tell me, what are some of the causes? Because we've had that story, we've had all kinds of information about that, but it seems like people are not getting us. Tell us some of the causes of this pregnancies, especially the teenage pregnancies.
Now, teenage pregnancy is a topic that has been talked for quite some time. And it's something that is still affecting us. We have sisters, we have cousins, we have daughters, but we have very many issues, very many causes that contribute to teenage pregnancies. The biggest being lack of the necessary information. This information on sex can be given by parents, the society as a whole, schools, churches, but people shy away from talking about this topic.
That's the truth.
We view topics on sex as a taboo, something that should not be pronounced. And yet our kids are getting involved in sexual activities. Nowadays, children as young as 5 years old know what sex is. How they knew it, you can't even know. So the best thing parents can do is to talk to their children about sex. Guardians, aunties, teachers, the society as a whole. If I get a neighbor's child and I realize they are doing something that is not good, I'll step in. But nowadays the society has become so selfish. Yeah? You see someone doing something wrong, but you're like, that is not my kid. It does not concern me. You are forgetting that this child will at some point meet with your other child in a different environment. They'll meet in schools, they'll meet in colleges, they'll meet at the university level. So whether your kid is well behaved or clean or perfect, as you may put it, they will be introduced to some things by those people you view like they are not mine. They are not affecting me. Another issue is we have some children who are just careless. Yeah, they are careless. Carelessness in a way that mtu anakuita a stranger or even someone you know, and you just accept to do what they are telling you to do. For example, a child who knows that a man touching my private parts is wrong, will not follow you and allow you to touch them and undress you and do whatever they are doing to you, So it boils back to lack of information. Another thing, a child cannot even have the information that sex is bad, but because this kid is hungry. You see nowadays, like boda guys are like wamedominate hii tabia ya kuchukua watoto. Mtoto apewe free ride, anunuliwe mandazi, anunuliwe chipo, chips, tuna ni chips mwitu si za Kenchik, anafuata, And when it comes to teenage pregnancy, it doesn't choose. class. Whether you're rich, you're poor, you're from these rich estates, whether you're from Ushago, whether you're from where. Teenage pregnancy has no social class. It affects all the girls. Another issue is experiment. You know, a friend has told me as a young girl, come I introduce you to something. You know, it is now you are being influenced by friends.
That is true.
Come and try this. Come and try this. You know. Another cause is rape. That one you can call violence, isn't it? You're forcing a child into something against their own wish. They have not accepted. But because they fear you, you are a relative, you are a neighbor, you are a friend to the family, you are even strangers. They are the ones who rape our children. Yeah?
Yeah.
They become pregnant. But because they feared opening up to someone, the very day or after the act, you know, after the act, you can get medical assistance to prevent pregnancy and diseases.
Yeah.
But because of fear, they have no one to open to explain to them what happened to them. They keep quiet, and then after some time, tumbo inafanya nini? Inafura. Now the kid is already pregnant. You can't do anything. What you can do is just wait for the baby. And if the kid tells you that I'm pregnant, yeah, it's now upon us parents and the society to give this kid moral and psychological support until they give birth and look for the ways that this kid can go back to school. And also our schools, we need to teach our, you know, we have some teachers, and I even have experience. There are some teachers who can even victimize you for your body changes, yet it is natural. So they also supposed to be taught how to handle such cases.
But where I want us to measure most, you know, teachers and the society and friends, but what I think, once we are able to get a hold of this, then we will be able to even help this kid that akimit kule nje na meet na stigmatization from school teachers and all that. Then unajua your story inakuwa a bit strong. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's handle the family. Today I want us to focus on the family. Wazazi wataihandle vipi? Siblings wataihandle vipi? How do they be the support system for this teenager that is pregnant? So we're going to take it after the break, after seeing what the street has to say concerning this matter. We will pick it up from there. Thank you.
Hii sasa story ya mademu wa shule kuwapatia ball. Nyinyi wanaume tafadhali wacheni hiyo tabia. Huko nje kuna watu wengi wamama wenye wameshamaliza shule, wao wameendelea, tafuta hao machua, wachana na watoto wa shule, wacha watoto wetu wamalize shule kwanza. Mtoto anataka kuwa pilot, ako na ambition zake wewe, lakini unamkatia na maisha yako ushaishi hata mko karibu kumaliza. Wachana na watoto wetu wasome.
Welcome back. We've just heard what the street had to say kuhusu, you know, the topic for today, kuhusu teenage pregnancy and adolescent pregnancy. And now it's time for us to hear what the expert, our expert, has to say. Senje, imagine when msichana kwa 13 years. 13 I'm talking about msichana kwa class 8, you know, class 8 or probably, yeah, or probably moving to secondary school. Let's say ako class 7. Mtoto amekuwa akienda shuleni na ndugu yake mdogo, maybe the boy is in class 4 or thereabout. Amepata ball. Ama sister. Okay, ama sister. Amepata ball. Amekuja kwa nyumba. Breaking the news to the parents. How are the parents supposed to take this? What do we see versus how are they supposed to handle it? Starting with the father. How is the father supposed to take this?
You know, fathers, generally, they don't speak. And in fact, you'll stay with that father for the 9 months you're pregnant. And that father may never even talk anything. That dad will be quiet. You'll even wonder, is he aware I'm pregnant? So it will be upon you now to just to stay the way you can stay. Because now starting a discussion with your dad, it might lead to anything, even violence. He will start from there and even hit you hard. So dads, generally, a good percentage, fathers never talk. But a mother will even scold you and call you names and even
Do whatever.
yes, do whatever she can to you. But already it has happened. You
Imesha
can
happen.
yes, iko ndani already na ina grow. You cannot undo it.
So what you've given us is how they normally behave.
Yes.
Normally.
Normally.
Either they're silent or if triggered they get violent.
They get violent or even speak, and parents can speak big words, heavy words. But already mimba iko ndani. What parents now need to do?
The father.
The father or even the mother. Fathers cannot do anything. And even if kama baba hata na mimba ya bibi yake saa ingine haongei kitu hapo tu umwambie twende tuanze clinic muende twende tuanze kufanya shopping, they really anafuata. Sasa itakuwa ya daughter nayo hata hiyo nyumba anaweza kuja kama mmelala asione hiyo mimba ya mtoto. But once mimba ishaingia, parents isha happen, kulikuwa na failure mahali. Take it positively. Psychologically saidia huyu mtoto ajue si mwisho wa maisha, because your reaction inaweza mfanya hata aende commit suicide ama aende kujaribu kutoa.
Wow.
In the process anything can happen. One thing I can advise parents, tell your child, yes, makosa imetendeka, but what can we do? Peleka mtoto antenatal care. Anze hizo check-up za pregnancy. Anze treatment. Mtoto akule vizuri. Mtoto akuwe prepared psychologically. Azae. Then mumwambie naye pia ajiprepare kurudi wapi? Shule. Personally, I've done it to a cousin. She got pregnant when she was in form 2. The dad was telling her, toka uende huko. Toka, enda huko ujipata hiyo mimba. I told my uncle, please, tone down. Isha happen. Wacha alee mtoto akigonga 1 year, arudi kuendelea. And it happened. Na uncle akaniambia, silipi fees. I had to carry the burden. So one thing I can advise parents, isha happen. The moment utaambia huyu msichana, toka enda huko ulipata mimba. Na pengine nika age hata pengine younger than yeye. Unaona? One thing you can't undo what has already been done.
Yeah.
Then give information before something happens. Let us be proactive other than responding to an issue that has already happened. We can, it's better than cure.
Yeah.
Kama ungemuongelesha mapema bila ya kuzuia hii maneno haiwezi tendeka. Lakini ikishatendeka, let us all be responsible. Huyu mtoto anataka emotional support. Umsaidie azae arudi wapi?
Shule. So
it
begins with the parents.
Yes.
Sasa tusonge to the siblings. So this is a kid, unajua hata wewe pia, okay. Now I'm talking from I'm a big sister or something like that, or I'm a big brother. Nimefanyikia dadangu mdogo. What's the
hata wakatikati.
Ama hata katikati, lakini ningetaka kwanza kujua huyu mwenye ako juu anafaa afanye nini. And now ule mdogo, like I've given you the scenario, kijana ako class 4, sister yake ako class 7, sister yake amepata ball, they used to go for breakfast, going to school together. Now all of a sudden Caesar yuko, maybe anaelewa ama haelewi what's going on. Pia nikitaka kujua kuhusu huyu. But kwanza let's start with the bigger sibling. So I'm older than this kid who is 13 years. How am I supposed to respond to that?
You know, that kid cannot decide anything on their own.
Okay.
It boils back to the parents, who are supposed to prepare this boy or girl psychologically that dada yenu hataenda shule for some time, but ataendelea, you know. But kando, when the pregnant girl is not listening, you now tell them the dangers of engaging in sex, you know. So now you now caution them. But usiwa caution ukipaka huyu matope, you know, they lack respect for this girl who is pregnant in future. Watamwambia wewe kwenda huko, si hata ulizaanga ukiwa big class 7. And na hiyo kukosa respect it goes mpaka wakishazaeka. Hata wakikuwa in future kwa family gatherings, sasa utatuambia nini na ulifanya makosa. So another thing parents should avoid is criticizing this girl in the presence of their siblings. Unaona vile mama anaweza ambia mtoto mdogo wako, hata wewe ni mzuri, umeshinda fulani. You know,
I've heard of those statements. And you know, it triggers a lot of enmity and division between these kids. So the siblings need to be advised better on how to handle this kid, and parents should find a better way of talking to this pregnant kid akiwa in the presence of the siblings. Ili heshima idumu, kila kitu kidumu, and you know, still there's togetherness and love between them. That is how they're supposed to handle. So that is when it's already happened. Now, kabla ya hivyo, before it even happens, let's think of what can we do to prevent these kinds of things. Unanipata? Tumehandle, now it's happened, it's in our home. This is how we should handle it as parents, as siblings. This is how we should handle this particular girl. Tell me, what can we do as a family to prevent case kama hii?
Information. I'll go back to my point. Give your children information. Give them warnings. If you do this will happen. Shida moja ya teenagers, wanaogopa kuonekana na mimba more than kukuwa na
unprotected sex.
Yani wanaogopa mimba kuliko ugonjwa. So, utapata a teenager anaenda kuengage kwa sex, akipata mimba atatoa. Si ndio? Anasahau kwamba mimba nitatoa. Cancer sitatoa, AIDS sitatoa, itaishi ndani yangu. Si ndio? So as parents, we should just give the right information to our children. If you open your legs for men, utapata mimba. Utapata ugonjwa. Unasikia? Utatuficha mimba, lakini kuna mambo itaonekana ile itaonesha you are engaging in sex. No. So let us not shy away from giving our children information. Now, ukiona wewe ni mzazi, you shy away from talking about these things. Look for some experts. We have this holiday, like now they have closed for a few weeks. We have people who offer information and some sessions for teenagers. Engage them. Spend a few coins. Even churches. We have churches who are offering, even online now because of COVID. They're offering some classes for teenagers. It will help them to avoid some things. Because once you have info, you'll know how to take care of yourself. Another thing, keep them busy. You know, some of these things it's because of peer influence. Don't allow your children to be influenced more by their peers. Have influence in your children's lives. In that case, you'll be preventing more than waiting for something to happen, then you start crying. So
in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is, wazazi, they have like the biggest role actually in all this. You know, give information to your children, and in a case where probably by culture and all that it's a taboo to talk about sex openly to your children, involve them and engage them in these camps where they meet experts like Senje. Wanaongeleshwa haya maneno, you know, kwa upana, in depth. For the siblings, be the support system of this kid. Hata akishatoka kule nje, maybe sasa ameshaza na sasa amerudi shuleni, nini. Tayari this kid is strong because they know they have a backbone who is their family. That was lovely. That was lovely. Whatever you gave us, I think this is the most fundamental thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that information. For more of these kinds of talks, always watch us on Vumbi Radio at YouTube. Subscribe, you'll get the notification when you press that bell. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and you can also tune into Vumbi Radio at www.vumbiradio.co.ke. Remain blessed.